Hello. Hi guys, welcome to my Flourishing Live this morning. I am so excited to pop on. I felt an extreme pull to talk to you guys this morning about how to flourish, specifically from the lens of what we know through positive psychology, what the research shows us from the science of happiness. I'm going to teach you how to flourish today. Hi guys, welcome. I just got off a private client call where we dove into this model of flourishing and positive psychology, how to live your best life through the science of happiness. And I'm going to teach you a super simple model. This super simple model is going to serve you in everything that you do. If you are ever that person, so many of my clients have a very strong love of learning. They love to learn, super curious, want to know more and more and more and more. And I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to know. And this can literally be for you a very easy daily checklist, weekly checklist, monthly checklist that you can tap into. How am I doing? How is it feeling? Am I on the right track? I'm going to tell you how to do that. So, first of all, if you're joining me live, welcome. If you're joining the replay, welcome. Drop in the chat where you're joining me from. I love to see where in the world you are. I get so excited to find out where are you, what's going on, tell me all the things. Let me talk to you a little bit about my background too. So for those of you who are new to me, I'm Dr. Wendy O'Connor. I'm a positive psychologist. I help women design their best lives using the science of happiness. What that means is, and my story, I'll be brief, is I went through a chapter of my life where I had done all the things, checked the right boxes, went to college, went to graduate school, got my doctorate in clinical psych, got married, had 3 daughters, opened 2 incredible private practices, served patients with depression, anxiety, did stress management, all of it. It was amazing until it wasn't. Until there was a lot going on in my life that I ended up waking up and being like, this is really it? Like, this is success? This is happiness? Like, why don't I feel the way that I thought I should be feeling at this stage in life, considering all I've done or achieved or created? On paper, things can look one way. In real life, they can feel very different. So I started to dive into the science of happiness, understanding positive psychology, and like, what was it about the way I was living my life that was a disconnect for what we knew to be true in living our happiest lives? And here's what I'm going to share with you today. So you're going to write these 6 things down. This is my very artistic work here. So don't be too jealous of how official and professional this looks. This is the PERMA model of flourishing. And there's a V here. We'll talk about this V too. The PERMA model of positive psychology, specifically related to flourishing. This is how you can live the good life and to flourish. Meaning you're feeling good, you're happy, you're healthy, you're well, you love your life. Like these are the 6 things, and 5 are the main 5 here that you would need to focus on highlighting in your life on a regular basis to lead you to your happiest existence. So when I discovered this, I thought to myself, are you kidding me? Like, how cool is it that there happens to be a formula that I could follow and know that I'm on the right track? So many women will come into my world and be like, I want to be happier and I want to have a better life and I want to live it up. I don't know where to start. I don't know what's missing. I don't know what I want sometimes. This is where we get to begin. And this is a really incredible tool that you can integrate into relationships, into your job, your career, your lifestyle, your environment, like wherever you want to. This is going to serve you beautifully. And if you want to, if you're a person who loves to do things like checklists and trackers and calendars, DM me, because I have a planner that I can send to you and you can download it and you can use it as like your monthly planner tracker. So PERMA V, what does it stand for? These 6 letters are what you need to remember and to keep handy whenever you're wondering to yourself like, what do I need to be happier? Here we go. P stands for positive emotions. Positive emotions, the more often we feel positive emotions, the happier we typically are, the more we flourish. This is a no-brainer. It makes perfect sense. It doesn't mean that every day, all day long, we're smiling happy over the top. It just means that more often than not, we experience some positive emotions. That's what this is about. Hi guys, welcome. I'm Dr. Wendy. Double tap the screen, by the way, because the more that you double tap, the more that we'll be able to actually share this with other people. I want every person in the world to know this model. I truly do. I get so lit up and passionate about it. I want you to know what's going to make you happier. I want you to know exactly what you need to do to be on the right track to living your best life. Like, that is the point, I believe, that we are here to live our best lives and to seize and savor this one life. So when you double tap the screen, we're going to be able to share it with more people, and that is very exciting. All right, so P, positive emotions. How am I doing? Think of it. You can even rate yourself if you want to on like a 1 to 10 scale, just in your mind of like, how am I doing with that? Am I typically feeling pretty positive emotions? If I am, amazing. If not, like maybe that's an opportunity for me to like look into or to focus on or to highlight more than I am already. E stands for engagement. What is engagement? This is our ability to feel really engaged in our lives. Like we are doing things that we enjoy for the sake of doing them. We're really invested in them. We're really like we're part of it. So this could be something as simple as a conversation that's like stimulating. I just had this conversation with a client, which is why I'm on this live. My conversation with my client was just so in my mind, like exciting, stimulating, let's go. This is the energy that I want to feel in my day. Engagement was high. Losing track of time and feeling flow state is an example of feeling engaged in your life. Where in your life do you feel engaged? Where do you just lose track of time or do it for the sake of doing it? Whether it's professionally, whether it's personally, whether it's hobby related, interests, whether it's anything that you could think of, like, what do I do that I really love to do? I love to have some pretty awesome deep conversations. Serving my clients is where I'm always super engaged. I love it. It lights me the hell up. So engagement is going to be an area to check in with yourself. This happens a lot when we go through big stages of life, maybe like our kids leave the nest and we go through empty nest, or we retire. Engagement, and this one over here, which is meaning, when these fall, we really feel it. So there may be a period of your life you've noticed that. Like I've noticed where engagement falls or meaning falls, and then you're like, oh, I'm just not as happy as I want to be, or I'm just not feeling like my life is the way that I want it to feel. Check out with those two in particular, because this one tends to come up a lot when we go through different big chapters of life. So for those of you just joining, welcome. We didn't even get to the R yet, Jenny, so you're like, you haven't missed a thing. So I'm Dr. Wendy, positive psychologist. I help women design their best lives using the science of happiness. What this means is we modify cognitive patterns, mindset. We modify habits, behavior, lifestyle, boundaries, choices, all of the things to set you up to live your best life. I'm teaching right now the PERMA model of flourishing from positive psychology. If you're wondering how to live your best life, how to flourish, how to really feel your best, you are going to, oh my God, I love it, Jenny. I am live. You are here with me. I'm teaching you exactly how to live your most flourishing life in these like 6 elements. And when you write these down and you track yourself, you're going to have so much insight and awareness into what your next steps are to be your happiest self. So thank you. Double tap the screen so we can share with more people. I want everyone in the world to hear this message truly. So P stands for positive emotions. And that's the biggest no-brainer. You're going to think to yourself, yeah, of course. Like, yes, the more positive you feel, like the happier you are. Yes. But it doesn't mean you're supposed to go through life as a Pollyanna. It doesn't mean you're supposed to pretend everything's amazing. This is not toxic positivity. This is just about, typically speaking, do I generate, do I experience a lot of positive emotions, which are things like hope, enthusiasm, excitement, happiness, peace, contentment. You know, those are positive emotions. Curiosity is a positive emotion. It doesn't have to be like, I'm excited to 10 out of 10 every day, all day long. That's not reality. But reality is that we all have this happiness set point. And when we think about our happiness set point and we identify how often we feel positive emotions around our happiness set point, this is a big contributor to our ability to flourish. E stands for engagement. How engaged are you in your life? How much do you enjoy doing things for the sake of doing them, whether it's professionally or personally? This is a big area that a lot of my clients will come into my world and just say, like, I'm not feeling very lit up by my work. I'm not feeling very lit up by my life. I'm like going through motions, checking the boxes, Groundhog's Day, doing what I need to do, but like I'm not feeling super engaged. I'm not like losing track of time in a flow state because I'm so invested in what I'm doing. This lights us up to feel engaged in our lives. So engagement's a really important piece. R is relationship. So we know from positive psychology that relationships are an enormous contributor to our overall happiness, perhaps the biggest. So we want positive relationships, healthy relationships, reciprocal, trusting, deep, connecting relationships. These really matter for us to feel well, to be able to be happy, especially as we go through different seasons of life. We want those people, and the way I often think about it is that you don't have to have, a lot of people will think, oh my gosh, I must need to have so many relationships. I should have more. More is not the answer. More is not necessarily better. Relationships that are positive means quality. And quality over quantity is absolutely the priority. You can have a million friends, and that's a beautiful thing too if that lights you up and makes you happy, but it's not the necessity. I want you to really focus on the quality of your relationships, feeling like a reflection of the way you want to feel in them. That they are healthy, that they're happy, that they feel safe, that they feel like a value add in your life. That's a huge piece. M stands for meaning. Meaning. Where in your life are you finding meaning? This is another big reason that a lot of people will come into my spaces, is because they want life to feel like on purpose and full of purpose and meaningful. And they want to feel like they're spending time doing things that matter. They're spending energy doing what matters. They don't want to feel like life is being Groundhog's Day, checking boxes, going through the motions. They want to feel like there is something deeper that's connecting them to something bigger. Meaning is really a valuable one. A stands for accomplishment. This is where a lot of my high achieving perfectionistic women get a little tripped up, because there's a perception that some people may have that accomplishment means I have to do the big thing all the time every day. I have to write the book. I have to become a bestseller. I have to launch the podcast and be in the top 10. I have to change the world. And the reality is that's not what it is. Like on a bad day, your accomplishment could be making dinner, taking a shower, hanging with the family, feeding a family. Like accomplishment can be something that people would typically not think is anything. This is where a lot of women get it wrong, is because they dismiss accomplishments and achievements throughout the day, and they tell themselves it's never enough or not enough, and then we end up chasing things that don't make us happy. Accomplishments can be super small. They can, of course, be big. There can be big, high milestone accomplishments in your life. Getting your degree is a big accomplishment. Like writing that book or doing that podcast, starting the business, getting the promotion. Those can be big accomplishments, but they're not the things that are actually going to lead to lasting, sustainable happiness and fulfillment. But having a good tether to regular sense of accomplishment on a daily basis. I mean, honestly, in my life, my accomplishments on a regular basis are things like getting the laundry done and meal planning and cooking some dinners and getting my kids from activity to activity. And it's going to be kicking butt in my sessions with my clients. Like those are the things that make me feel most accomplished in a day. They're not going to be these milestones that people think they have to chase to feel good enough. Not the case. And I wanted to debunk that myth. And then this guy, vitality is V. This guy's been added and removed from the PERMA V model. I like to keep it just because I think it's a really important piece of overall flourishing. This is where we feel vitality, is where we feel most well, like healthy in our mind, healthy in our body. We feel alive. We feel well. We feel like we're living life, right? Like we feel like we can do this. So vitality is a big piece. How are you taking care of your mental health, emotional health, physical health? Are you working on your mindset? Are you optimizing neuroplasticity? Are you optimizing your growth mindset? Are you challenging yourself? Are you healthy? Are you working out? Are you getting outside? Are you participating in exercise movement that makes your body feel strong and vital and well? These 6 pieces of living the flourishing life is what it takes to truly be your best. And it goes beyond this. This is one tool that we use in my world. The others that we focus on mostly are things like highlighting your strengths and your values and your desires. But when it comes to a general guide for how can I live better, how can I be happier, this is such a great starting place. This is such a great foundational spot to jump off of is, am I checking these intentional boxes? Am I actually highlighting, if you were to rate yourself in each of these categories, 1 to 10, 10 being 100% like I'm rocking it, 1's like, oh my gosh, I forgot that existed. Where would you fall on that scale? Positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, achievement or accomplishment, vitality. How are you doing in each of these areas? This is the jumping off place for you to decide what your next move could be to feel your best. All right, you guys, I have to teach you this today. Spread the word, share this live. This is something for everyone to have access to. I have literally thought about bringing this very system into schools and teaching our kids and really allowing it to be a fundamental piece of our framework for living our best life. Living your best life is not necessarily going to mean following society's standards of checking the boxes. It's going to very likely mean an intentional design of living your unique experience according to the research that we know is true, aligning that with who you specifically are and crushing your life design. Mwah! Have a great day, everyone.